In the mid 90s, a group of individuals went to the medical community and said, "We no longer wish to be called by this particular term." There was nothing offensive about the term. It was used in common language. It was considered perfectly socially acceptable. It was in medical textbooks and dictionaries, and there was nothing offensive or wrong in any of those books or the definitions of them. It had a specific scientific term and a scientific connotation and was not considered a problematic word at all. In fact, it was considered the politest and most correct term for a group of individuals that were united by a single characteristic. But some people found the term offensive because a small subset of society was using a term similar to it in a derogatory way as a slur to belittle and lessen them. And society as a whole acknowledged those people's problem with that particular scientific term. They changed the medical textbooks, they altered the language, and it's no longer considered acceptable to use that term. The term transsexual was removed from medical textbooks and is now considered offensive because a small group of the transgender community found it to be so and asked not to be called that. See, they were given the respect and courtesy of being allowed to choose the terms that addressed them. Now, biological men and women are coming to you and saying, we find the term cis offensive because a small subset of society is using it as a denigrating slur in a pejorative and lessening way in an effort to other biological men and women. And yes, we're aware that it has a scientific definition and appears in dictionaries, but it's being used in a bad way to lessen us and hurt us. And you won't do us the same courtesy and respect that we did you because you feel that we should either be silent and compliant or that we should be ashamed. And you work very hard to either silence us or shame us. And when you won't, and when we won't comply, certain members of the transgender community even become violent and start threatening people's lives. And you can't tell me you haven't seen it because it's all over this app and it's been on the news. So you won't give us the same respect that you demand. A group of biological men telling biological women they have to be quiet and do as they're told. That's not problematic at all. You don't get to change us to accommodate you. Don't call us cis.